want to thank you for joining us on this edition of Polk Place. And once a year, folks from LVIM and Swan Derby come in, and I am always game for the hat. This year they've added the boa. It is quite the look. I can tell you the jacket's going to the cleaner after this. But anyways, joining us from Lakeland Volunteers in Medicine, Sonia Glisson. Welcome back to the show. How you doing?
Good morning. I am fantastic.
Whose idea was the boa for me?
Ashley.
I'll take it.
She's the style queen today.
Exactly. Also joining us is Ashley Allen. She's with Leaders of Polk. Welcome to the show. First timer, right?
First timer.
First
Excited.
time. Yeah, and I dig the boa. That's a very
I'm
cool
just trying
look.
to look like you.
Okay. And also Nikki Cope, Leaders of Polk, also a first timer to the show.
Yes,
Welcome to the show.
here. Thank you.
Well, I want to talk a little bit about Lakeland Volunteers in Medicine. You know, as we are quickly one of the fastest growing counties in the United States, we've got a bunch of new residents that really don't know, really might not know what it is that Lakeland Volunteers in Medicine, what you guys do. Talk a little bit about
Absolutely. So Lakeland Volunteers in Medicine, we just celebrated our 25th birthday, February 14th. We're celebrating 25 years. We are a medical clinic that provides free health care to the working uninsured of Polk County. So those are those individuals that do not have health insurance, do not have access to primary care. A lot of people, a lot of self-employed, people that fall through the gaps of those Medicare recipients and those that do not qualify for government assistance. We have an office in Lakeland, and now we have an office in Bartow. We've been here 2 years now. We're serving about 3,000 patients in Polk County. You were mentioning the growth here. The new reports this year, we have about 850,000 people in Polk County now, with about 140 of those, maybe even closer to 150 of those that are uninsured. People that working age that do not have health insurance.
So with the growth that we have and the residents that are finding out about this, talk about the reception that you're getting from these new residents about a wonderful program like yours.
Yeah, so a lot of people will say, oh, I've never heard of you. So really just spreading the word. There's a need. Everyone knows there's a need. I've talked to a lot of small businesses this year. Premiums are going up. People cannot afford health insurance. So just really sharing what LVIM does and that there is an option and a resource for those individuals in our county that do not have health insurance.
Being a nonprofit organization, raising funds is the life's blood to what you do.
Absolutely.
Talk a little bit about raising funds. I mean, it's a competitive market within Polk County, and there are a bunch, so many that come in here that are great nonprofits, and they're all needed. But talk about the importance of raising funds for what you guys do.
Absolutely. So yeah, we have so many nonprofits, but we also have a very philanthropic community too. It's not easy. With LVIM, we always say the treatment is free, but obviously we know it's not free. Our budget this year is just over $3.2 million, and we have to raise that money in order to keep our doors open and to continue to serve the Polk County residents. We do a lot of grant funding, county funding. We do some city funding. We have a lot of just private donors, and of course we have 2 fundraisers each year. The Gift of Good Health Luncheon will be, it's always our November event, and then obviously the one we will talk about today is our unique event that's going, this is our 19th year, and we're going into the 2026 Swan Derby.
I'm gonna back up just a little bit.
Yep.
I only see you once a year for a fundraiser. Why isn't the second? I mean, why don't you come in and see me in October?
Well, we might do that.
I don't have to wear the hat in October, do I?
We'll come up with something.
All right. So the one we're going to talk about today, man, very Kentucky Derby-ish.
Yes.
It's the Swan Derby, hence the hats. And if you're going to have a hat, you might as well look stunning. Anyways, talk a little bit about how you've incorporated some of the Derby-ish things that go with it, and some of the highlights of the event.
Yeah. So Swan Derby is coming up on Friday, April 24th. It's from 5:30 to 9. It is a fundraiser for LVIM. This is our biggest fundraiser usually of the year. Everything themed Kentucky Derby, except we race swan boats, so paddle swan boats. We'll have races, we have live music, we will have derby hat contest. We have an area for the kids to play, lots of food vendors for you to come out and eat, lots of eating, and we'll have a fireworks show to cap off the evening. It's a free community event. Bring your chairs, bring your coolers, sit outside, have fun, and watch these ladies race.
Now, Ashley, being a first timer with this on the show, how long have you been involved with Swan Derby, and how did that start for you?
Oh my gosh, this is my first year. As a participant, I have gone the past several years to attend, and it is so much fun. I think rumor went around that I was really excited about the boats and how I really want to be on the boat.
Yeah.
And my company, they called me and they were like, guess what, we heard, and you're the one this year. And I was like, okay, let's do it.
Obviously, Lakeland Volunteers in Medicine needs great community partners. Talk a little bit about how your company got involved with it.
Yes, so I actually work for Publix. Little known company, not sure if you've heard of it.
Yeah, they have a little bit of a footprint here within the community.
And giving back to the community is part of our foundational values. So we are very active, not only just in Polk County, but across our entire footprint. So this opportunity to take part through Leaders of Polk, representing Publix, I wouldn't have it any other way.
Now, Nikki, let's talk a little bit about how you got involved. Obviously, first year with this, but talk to me a little bit about history of the event and what made you come forward and say, I've got to be a part of this.
Well, I actually have never been to a Swan Derby.
What?
She's a newbie.
I'm a newbie all around, and my first time attending one will be during the race.
Are you new to the area or just?
No, I am a Polk County resident for, oh goodness, pretty much my life.
Wow. So how did you hear about it and then go, yeah, I definitely got to be a part of this?
Well, my partner, Steve Strickland, he actually participated in 2024's and won. So he asked me this year if I wanted to participate with him.
Talk a little bit about another community partner. What is it that you do within the community, and why is it so important for you guys to give back to such a great cause?
Well, we are realtors in Polk County, and we are all about supporting and taking care of the people that we live with. So it's one of our main things that we are and what we do as realtors.
Now, you said Steve kind of volunteered you for this.
Voluntold.
Voluntold. I'm
That's
sorry.
our word, voluntold.
No, that's a Marine Corps word.
That's our word, voluntold.
So you were voluntold for this, and obviously he is a winner from the past. Has he given you any tips? Is there any time in the boat before you guys go out? Talk a little bit about that.
We do have one practice round that's going to be a couple weeks, I think, before. But we just get one go.
Just one go?
One turn, yep.
I'd be like, I'd be of the motto, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying hard enough. And it's only cheating. I'd have me a little drill with a motor on the back, stick on the back. Never mind my arm. Wow, that does.
So as the Leaders of Polk, though, we're talking about the races, and they obviously want that trophy. But as part of this group, there's 10 teams. They're in the community raising money right now.
So let's talk a little bit about if anybody sees any of the Leaders of Polk, how do they go about, where do they find out more information? How can they give to these 10 teams?
Yeah, so a lot of social media. The teams can be creative in whatever they want. Shirts, they do shirts, they do posters, they'll do events. They'll start sharing them with me, and then we'll start posting them on the Swan Derby Facebook page, on the Lakeland Volunteers Facebook page, and we'll also share them on our personal pages. We really try to support them in the best way we can. They'll be starting to have some events. A lot of people do chance drawings. You never know what they may be doing to be out there raising money in the community, and they're really the voice of LVIM. They are out there in our community sharing the mission. We always say they're leading the way and sharing the mission because they're our voice. They're the ones in the community telling everyone what LVIM is all about.
I think one of the coolest things, prior to us taping, we just have conversations, and poor Ash, she was like, I'm underdressed. I'm like, you're perfect. You got jeans, you got the tennis shoes on. I'm like, the only difference, I told you could have borrowed a blazer of mine.
Then we would have really matched.
Yeah, like that, really.
It fits her team name.
Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about the team name. What is that?
So there's this little known artist, not sure if you're familiar with Taylor Swift.
Oh, yeah.
So she released an album in October called The Life of a Showgirl.
Nice.
So when our team was selected, we came with an idea of, well, we can take that and throw a little Lakeland on it and make it Life of a Swan Girl.
Nice.
So that's our team.
That is very cool.
Yeah, we get to, one of the things about Taylor's music is she really empowers people to give back and take ownership. We get to do the same thing, only we get to do it in a swan boat.
Now, see, I thought she was just a huge NFL fan. I didn't know she sang.
There's that too.
Now, Nikki, let's talk a little bit about your team. What's the name of it, and what's the theme?
Our team name is Above the Flock, and that is because RE/MAX is our brokerage, and RE/MAX is known as being the balloon above the crowd.
Yep.
So I just threw in our brand.
So is there, when you get to 10 teams together, because I've done stuff with a couple other nonprofits, and they bring me in, and then they have the big, the night that we get together, and you're up against all the rest of the teams.
Right.
It's a meet and greet. What I want you guys to talk about is, you're not only competing, but you're also part of a brother and sisterhood of giving back to the community. Talk a little bit about that giving spirit that, when you guys finally go out there and compete.
Sure. I mean, certainly it is a race, and of course we all want to win, but there's so much more than that. At the core root of what we're doing is we're out there spreading awareness, raising funds for such an incredible organization, and giving back to our communities, just like the community gives back to us. So I think it's a fabulous way that we get to not only build those bonds with each other in that competitive spirit, but at the core, we're able to bring awareness to all of the fantastic things that LVIM does.
I always remind them that every dollar they're raising, we're all on the same team.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's all for LVIM, it's all for our community, it's all for the people that live here.
Now, Nikki, is there any added pressure for you because you're on a team that's won this in the past?
Just a little bit.
Just
Just a little bit. We don't go there.
No pressure whatsoever. We're just here for the fun. I'm just glad to be part of the team. Going to contribute. Might have seen a baseball interview or two, huh?
That brings the best competition, though. When someone knows someone has won, they want to beat that team.
Yeah.
So it does bring some friendly, fun
Well, one more time, let folks know how they can look for the information in the future, where to look for it, and where to look for information for starters.
Yep. So the best place is social media at Swan Derby or at We Are LVIM. They can also find information on our website at lvim.net, or they can always contact me. If you go to our website, my picture is there. You just click it on and it comes right to me.
One thing that you mentioned, and in the past, I don't know, we're at 19 years with this, how much has social media really helped you promote this event?
A lot. We do not have a budget for advertisement, so anything that we do is in-kind things like this and radio and billboards and things like that. Social media still plays a huge role in what we do. You would not believe the amount of patients, volunteers. Just last week I did a presentation for an Airstream club that found us online. He said, I was reading about nonprofits and I saw what you did and it was just close to my heart, and he had me come out and do a presentation, and they're making a donation. So literally people are out there searching for nonprofits, and not only to give monetarily, but to volunteer or just to get involved with.
Sonia, Ashley, Nikki, thank you very much for coming in, sharing your story with us today. Looking forward to the final results and of course, everything that you guys do within the community. Anytime that you have anything that you need to promote, whether it's for Lakeland Volunteers or Medicine or any other nonprofits, come back and see me. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Join Lakeland Volunteers in Medicine for the 19th Annual Swan Derby, Friday, April 24th from 5:30 to 9 p.m. Swan Derby is an annual derby-style event traditionally staged on beautiful Lake Mirror in downtown Lakeland. With the entertainment flair and event, the competitive spirit of the race, the Derby always promises to be a memorable occasion for all. The true essence of the Derby is in the reward of knowing the proceeds will support Lakeland Volunteers in Medicine. Now, if you need more information, give them a call, 863-606-1552, or look them up on the web at lvim.net/swan-derby. If you enjoyed that episode of Polk Place, I invite you to like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and even check out the next one.